convert to curves. Kwa mfano. Then attempt now to touch the line that was in the middle. You can see at whatever point you pull it, it has come to something, a very funny shape that you would not have thought of at first. If you pick it from any corner, like that corner, again we can have it like a gourd sort of thing. And you can see that we have lines here that we can manipulate to either increase the size or reduce the size. For example, if you click right on the node and you bring the line back and you turn it anti-clockwise, you can see the circle, the circular part is reducing there. If we move it across like that, again we can manipulate it to whatever shape that we want. Why it is called a shape tool? It is because it is able to shape up whatever object that you can have. And if you click a point and you find that you cannot manipulate it, you simply need to add a node. You simply need to just have it and then add a node. All these options, adding node, reducing node, but it is as responsive because all this line, we are holding it right from the line that was in the middle. If we simply want now to reduce this so that it can be it can take the shape of our, it can for example fit into the page, we simply need to shade this shape tool first so that we can work with the pick tool. So we come here in the docket for pick tool and we take the pick tool, and then we can now reduce it proportionately into the, and it will fit into the page. Immediately, if you want again to continue to manipulate it, we can simply go to the pick tool and then we can attack it from the middle of the outline, because there is still remains a thin thread line. Any point we can manipulate it from there. And if at all we want to simply add a node, we can right click it and then it will open a dialog, and if we say add a node, then it has become another point of manipulation. You can simply pick it that way, or you can even use the pointed arrows to either twist it or even to either whichever side as you would wish. This is how you can use shape tool to come out up with whatever kind of a shape, whether a grotesque kind of shape, whether a circular kind of shape, whatever kind of shape that you would want. And the more you add the nodes, the more you can work it out from any point. For example, if we add another node right there, for example, we can again manipulate it from that particular point to whichever side we may require. Suppose now it is not adding a node, we want to reduce the node. We can simply right click and choose delete node. It is simply moves, and now you can see if you want to delete again this node again and say delete, you can see what has really happened. It has opened up and we have now a circular kind of an outfit that cannot even be called be given any other name. But if we hold to the end where the node is, we can again manipulate it to whichever angle armor formation that we would want. That is why it is important to understand the shape tool. Shape tool is one of those tools that are so powerful, especially if you want to draw particular shapes in CorelDRAW. And all these shapes, you can draw them and then fill with the color. But when they are like that, you cannot fill. You have to join them at the nodes. If you want to fill color, you have to seal them. You can see what is happening here. Now it has become a sealed end, a sealed point. There is much we can say about shape tool, but I want also to comment about the other tools that they are grouped with. Say for example, we want to smoothen, or we use the smooth tool, and we come at any point and we scroll against it. We want to smooth, or even something like this, at a corner like this. You can see that what we are trying to do is to make the edge smooth. We have made the edge smooth from the rough edge that was there at the beginning. Again, this one we can reduce it into a particular size. For example, we can scroll down and reduce the size so that it should not be a problem to handle. You can see once you reduce that size, again you can work with something that is sizable. Once you pull that node, you can see you are inviting it to smoothen. Once you pull that node, you can see now what we remain with here. Suppose we go back again and now we take smear, a tool we call smear, and we come and touch over our node, one of the node here. You can see now we are severely affecting our shape by smearing. We are kind of, it is like how we can spread Vaseline on top of our skin. You can see if you point at any time, any point, you are smearing. That is why it is called smear. You are smearing. And you can have again very funny shapes using smear tool. You can see now what we have and what we started with. Suppose we want now to take a twirl tool, and we simply come and place our twirl on top of any point, at any point. It simply manipulates that and twirls it aloud, kind of coils the point that we have touched. You can see what is happening. And this is how you can make powerful shapes that people may not really understand how you came about them. Because once you master the tools, you can see as I continue to twirl, you can see what you can even come out with flowery kind of patterns as you continue to touch and twirl. You can see as you touch, wherever you touch, it twirls, it kind of coils the point that you have already touched. Suppose now it is not twirl, we want to use an attract tool. If you want to use an attract tool, to attract is to bring closer. So if you touch any point towards the side that you are going, it will move. The point will move towards your direction, whatever place you touch, and in particular where there is a node. And I said that if you find that you want to make a node, you can simply click there with wherever place you want to make a node so that you can be able to make it manipulative. You can click at that point, right click, and then with the shape tool, and then it will give you options to add a node, to remove a node. But in this particular case, we are trying to attract. You can see, whenever I touch a point, it is moving to the direction that I want, because it is attracting the whole of that object to that direction. But suppose you do not want to attract, you want to repel, which is opposite of attract. You can come here and again manipulate any point, and you will repel it. You will make it get lost. It will simply move away. It will simply move away from the direction that you want it to go. It will simply move away. And that is how to repel. Then there is the smudge tool. The smudge tool is still housed with the shape tool. If you touch anything with the smudge tool, you are smudging. You are kind of filling the ink. For example, if you touch there, you can see what is happening. You are smudging the ink, the lead ink. If you touch on the green, if you touch on the green, you are trying to smudge, and so on and so forth. Finally, I want to comment on Roughen tool. This is simply to make laugh, but again, you can increase the size so that you can see its impact. If you have increased the size to a particular size and you come and touch something, it is going to make it laugh. You can see what has happened to the edge of this point. You have made it laugh. Something that was very smooth. You can see, if you go through it, that it is simply making it look laugh, rather than being smooth. If you touch on anything, it is going to make laugh. You can see what has happened to that point. If you make laugh on this edge, again you can see what has happened. This is simply the Roughen tool. As you can see, our shape tool is grouped with a host of other tools that can be used to manipulate the shape. And it is important that everybody can learn about them. And for now, fans, I want to stop there. I have at least covered on pick tool. I have at least covered on the shape tool. I have at least covered on the various group of tools that are grouped together with the shape, the Roughen tool, Attract, Repel, Smear, Smudge. All these tools are handy if you can be able to use them, and they can help you to shape and even to come up with the patterns that can be used even in the clothing industry, even in any kind of a setup. So fans, goodbye. I want you to continue to subscribe to my videos in Viusasa, in YouTube, in Google Business, and even in our Facebook page and any other platform. So goodbye until next time, when I'll come back again and speak concerning something else on design, and in particular in Corel. Goodbye.
Umebahatika. Ilikuwa inaisha moto. Nilikuwa najaribu kuonyesha inaisha moto. Inanionyesha